This show contains adult content. Howdy folks, Caleb Sunstead here, your host and game marshal. I'd like to take a moment to thank Jared, Suzanne Hagen, Greg Gray, and Ariel Weiss, along with all of our other patrons for supporting our show and making this whole thing possible. Thank you so much. Savage Worlds and the Deadlands Reloaded system is owned by the Pinnacle Entertainment Group. All music on the show is written and performed by Rudy Zuniga or Levi Rojas. We are going to be at Genghis Con next year. Genghis Con is a Savage Worlds convention that runs next year from February 13th through the 16th. So it starts on like a Thursday evening and runs through Sunday. Myself and Alex Horrell will be arriving Friday afternoon-ish, and we'll be there Friday, Saturday, and through the con on Sunday. The rest of the Crow Boys, Sans, Isaac, Rip, will be joining us on Saturday. So if you want to come to Genghis Con and come see us, please do. It's a pretty small con. It's the only one we've been into, but don't set your expectations too high. There's less than like 20 vendors there. There was a lot of cool stuff to do. It was just nice and relaxing. We met some people there that were fans of our show, and we hope to see all of those people again. Shout out to Tone. If you want to come, go to GenghisConColorado.com. There are still rooms available at a discounted rate through Genghis Con, and all of the events are still good to go. I do plan on running a game, but I haven't figured out what yet, and I haven't put it up on the event schedule. But if you show up and you're on our Discord or you're on Twitter, just contact us and we can get together at some point with anybody that shows up and play some games if we have some time. With all that out of the way, welcome back to the Weird West. We open the next morning after the festivities of the night before. A lot of things have gone well for the Crow Boys, so it seems, and it is with hopefulness that the sun rises over the city of Los Angeles. We get a nice location shot outside looking at this spiral, almost wagon wheel-like city where all these streets are pouring out from the cathedral that dominates the center of it. And then we cut to Roach and Boone's, the saloon that many of them probably spent the night in. I know for sure Ellis did. Did anybody else stay the night here? I know Lucky got a room because he got a bath.
Yes.
He got his teeth cleaned, so they should be extra shiny.
Extra shiny.
Well, he was interrupted halfway through.
Yeah, but I went back and finished it up.
Okay.
Yeah,
Probably finished it up.
Well,
do you polish your teeth? Because you know how there's like silver polish and gold polish? Is that a thing you do?
let's just say yeah. Yeah, I definitely polish my teeth.
Follow-up question, does that poison your brain?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Does it leach into your skin and
Well,
poison
it's
your
mostly
brain?
lead, so I don't think so.
You should be fine.
Oh, yeah.
I think you
it's
should be fine there, yeah.
Abel, did you spend the night here?
Yes.
Cool. Nice.
All right.
Lots of elaboration. Harper and Thaddeus?
I didn't know. Was that a non-air question?
It was, yeah.
I think it was only funny because of the delay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the delay made it worse.
Yeah, if there were rooms to rent, Harper definitely just stayed where he can be in contact with the rest of his family.
Yeah, there's poker out here, so.
So Harper came
Thaddeus
back
definitely
and the
stayed.
brothers were all, like, the whole bar's cleared out.
And Thaddeus is still gambling, probably.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if their table's going, I'm sure
Well,
stayed the night
the
there, though.
thugs came in and cleared everybody out, right? They said everybody leave.
Yeah, but then once you find out, like, it's not that big deal.
Yeah, I imagine everyone came back. Ellis,
Roach
yeah.
and Boone's is popping.
You gotta get
It's
a
the
drink.
only place to be.
So we have this shot where Eliza comes out of the room that her and Ellis shared over the night first, and then he comes out to follow her. She's dressed very nice, long red, fancy red dress, with a lot of white trimmings. She's got one of those small hats on. Man, what do those things look like? Like a Mary Poppins hat.
Yeah, they always wear them when they have their hair super elaborate and they just have a
Yeah.
little hat on top.
Yeah.
Oh, one of those.
And she hasn't had time to make her hair that elaborate, I imagine, but she's got that on. You both come out of the room. You stop at the top of the stairs, sort of overlooking Roach and Boone's, and she turns to you and kind of takes a deep breath in and then slowly releases that breath. She looks up to you. She's a little bit shorter than you. Are you guys the same height?
Maybe slightly shorter.
A couple inches.
Yeah, maybe Ellis is about 6 feet tall. Maybe she's like 5'9".
So there's this shot of her barely looking up into your eyes, and then she says, "How long do you think it will take you to get Abel's kids back?"
I don't know. Hopefully not long, but I don't know what else Crane has planned out for us.
If he tries to hold you any longer than the time it takes you to kill whoever needs killing, you come to me and we'll make it right.
I don't want you to have to get involved with this guy.
I'm already involved with it, Ellis.
All right. I'll let you know if anything comes up.
She gives you a big hug, and then as she comes back, she hands you an envelope.
What's this?
It's $1,000.
Well, thank you for that.
Yep, no problem. Just don't die.
Well, I've already done that.
She smiles and says, and get yourself a new suit. You're starting to look like Thaddeus.
Yes, ma'am. You have a safe trip back.
Safe journeys.
Hope I see you soon.
Wait, you're leaving already?
She looks down the stairs. Where's Lucky at?
He's going to be kind of sitting at the bar. They serve coffee there?
Sure. Yeah. Why not?
Drinking a cup of Joe.
Yeah? Sounds like you guys are leaving soon, too.
Well, shit, I hope not. We just got here, it felt like.
She starts to walk down the stairs. She's loosely sliding a few fingers on this wooden railing as she walks down this mostly empty bar. There's a couple people in here that are sort of slumped over their chairs and tables, and you can see the morning light spilling in through the saloon doors and those paned windows at the front. She eyes the bartender to see if he's paying attention and then looks back to you, Lucky. I'm not sure I have to say this, but you know what I'm going to do to you if my husband dies, right?
Yeah, you're probably right. You don't have to say it.
She comes down to the bottom of the stairs and comes walking towards you. Because it seems like kind of doing a poor job at keeping him alive.
Lucky kind of scratches the back of his head, almost nervously. Well, maybe you can leave some of those fancy robot suits behind and might help us do the job.
She walks up to you, stops a few feet from you. You think you're man enough to handle it?
Well, shit, I don't know if I'm man enough. I'd give it a shot, though, if you left one.
No offense, Lucky, but I don't think that would be a good thing for any of us.
Well, shit.
That's the nice way to say it.
Guess it was worth a shot.
But tell you what, we'll work up to it.
Well, I want mine a little customized. You know me.
I don't think there's enough gold to cover. Hey, what's a word for robot? What's a steampunk word for robot?
What would they call it?
Automaton.
Weird science.
I think they call them robots.
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 It's got to have some sort of
A steam suit. You can call it a steam,
steam
You
suit
can
or
call it a-
iron
suit's
something.
Gundam.
Oh, Gundam's good. Can we use that? A Zoid?
What are you wearing, Ellis?
I grabbed one of those outfits from one of the gang members.
As you come down to the bottom of the stairs, Ellis, she's standing a few inches away from your brother. She turns around, walks towards you, doesn't make eye contact with you, and then starts to reach behind her back, and then she looks up into your eyes. Got you one last gift.
Oh, yeah?
Just until you get one of your suits. And she pulls out a tie from behind her back. She had hiding in one of her pockets, because her dress has pockets, you guys.
Sure.
Yeah.
Of course it
Custom.
Yeah.
It's the West.
She throws it around your neck and then starts to tie this black tie with sort of a dark gray plaid pattern on it. I don't think you're coming back from the grave twice, Ellis. And I'm not sure I can deal with you dying again. I need you, and a lot of other people need you too. So don't fuck this up. And she pulls the tie really tight against your neck and then sniffs and then runs one finger over her right eye that stops a tear from coming out.
Ellis just kind of smirks. Don't worry, I'll do my best not to get myself killed again.
She nods, turns, and then starts walking towards the door with confidence and yells out, "Manuel!" And then a big burly guy with a suit comes out from behind you didn't even see him, who's in the corner of the room, and they exit the saloon.
You're up early, Lucky.
Yeah, you know me. I can't sleep very good.
Yeah.
Coffee helps, though.
They got anything stronger back there? Of course they do. What do you say I grab a bottle of that and we go wake up the boys? Can't be sitting here till noon.
Sure, but you got to give me a splash of that first.
You get yourself a deal.
I was going to do it too.
The Crow boys walk through the city of Lost Angels. It's a bustle of activity, the screaming of Ghost Rock, the clacking of horses' hooves, and the rolling of wagons overpowers you. The smell of horse manure and Ghost Rock hangs heavy in the air. Seems to be a pretty lawful city. Those guardian angels we mentioned before definitely have a pretty big presence in the town. Alex, how can you tell how famished this town is?
How famished? Is it also like crime?
What if a horse died in the street and there's people hacking it up for meat?
Oh
Yeah.
my God, that's good.
That's very famished.
Damn. Yeah, so you guys see that as you're walking through the streets of Lost Angels, and you can see some of like the guardian angels like pulling back these people that are just tearing chunks of flesh out of this horse. Some of them just shoving it straight into their mouths as they have this, like these people in robes trying to pull them off this horrible sight as you walk by.
Jesus Christ.
Looks like you might fit right in here, Way.
He licks his lips as you walk by and then says, "I'm not a huge fan of horse meat, Elijah. Leaves a weird taste in your mouth."
I think Harper definitely gives Ellis a side eye as he says that, and then we just continue walking.
That's awful. That's awful disgusting.
No, that's just man back at his base nature, Thaddeus. We're all about 3 days away from there.
I'll tell you what, in 3 days I'm not eating a goddamn horse in the middle of the street.
Not if we have anything to do with it.
Yeah, we'll be gone before 3 days is up. This'll be a quick job.
Well, shit, is it they're just so hungry or they're so poor?
Way said something about famine having power over these lands. I wasn't really sure what he meant. Still not sure, to be honest.
That wouldn't surprise me. It's probably one of the, them stronger Reckoners.
The what?
The Reckoners. There are 4 of them. The Reckoners.
Why are you saying this like we know what you're talking about?
We don't know what
Thaddeus?
reckoners are,
You
Thaddeus.
said you were talking away. I figured he gave you the information.
He never used that word. He just said famine.
It's kind of fucked that we're about to go get new clothes, don't you think?
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, where else are we going to do it? We're wearing sheets now. Lucky it's awful.
We can't buy food for everybody. What do we do?
No, shit, I suppose so, but still seems fucked.
Well, we can only do so much. Maybe you take your cut from their crane. You can come back and be charitable.
Yeah, well, maybe I might.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Come on, let's go.
Doubt it.
The next shot is walking up to Nightingale's Tailor. Isaac, how can you tell that this place has been around for a long time? Like 15 years.
There's a dead horse in the street. People are just eating it, man. They're just ripping off pieces of it.
The weather in this place wears things down, and raw materials are kind of hard to come by sometimes. So I think you can tell how long it's been there just by the number of coats of paint and how they've peeled away in parts, and you can see the layers on layers of color.
Okay, that's cool. What's the color that's most prevalent now, Cameron?
Nightingale? It's almost like an unnaturally... Wait, what are nightingales? Those are white, right?
They're a bird.
Yeah, I know that, fucker. But, like, what color are they?
I'll pull
Are
them
they
up.
gray or something?
Yeah, I think they're gray.
Gray? All right, well, that's
Let me look it up real
fucking
fast.
not exciting. That's not exciting at all. Well, the color is almost abnormally white, but the color that sticks out most is probably all the greenery around it. So it's almost like they have plants that have been growing up from the ground for years and have slowly covered the entire thing with vines and just green and just absolutely beautiful.
Wow. Yeah, that's
Probably
a lot
stands
of effort.
out in a desert town like this.
Yeah, in California for sure. You guys enter. There's the old-fashioned jingling of a bell above you. It's real nice in here. There's not quite mannequins set up, but sort of tees made with wood with various fashions on them, ranging from suits to dresses to simple riding clothes to chaps. Huge selection of boots. It seems like mostly stuff here is done to order. There's not like shelf supplies of stuff, you know. As you enter, you're greeted by a woman somewhere between like 40 and 60. It's kind of hard to tell. Your attention is drawn mostly to these like burn scars she has on her face. Pretty extensive. They just sort of cover all of her facial features. She doesn't have any eyebrows. She has like a beautiful blonde wig that's coming down off her head. And then she's wearing a like really simple, nice purple blouse with gold trimming. and then nice fitted black pants and like black heels underneath. As you enter, she addresses you plainly. Well, howdy, folks. Welcome to Nightingales.
How's it going?
Ma'am.
Morning.
Well, the sun has risen today again, so I suppose things are well.
Can't argue with you there.
What can I do for you gentlemen today?
As you can see, we kind of smell and look like shit, so I think we need to change that up.
Okay, certainly. Are you looking for clothes for all y'all or just a few of you?
Everyone, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, certainly
How much
always.
money do we even have?
Well, I know I won Ellis enough money that I could get $120 of it. So I made quite a bit, I think.
I wrote down 240. I think you swindled me out of most of the winnings, if I remember correctly.
No, I tried to, and you were like, nah, dog. And then Thaddeus had to give you like a bunch of it.
So
I think I only had like 100 of
if
it.
this 240 is correct, then that means we should have. I have like $1,200.
So we can fucking
Yeah, we can
we
buy
can buy
we can-
anything
It's like
you
6
want.
times the price, though, right?
Well, I suppose y'all can start telling me about what sort of styles you want, and I'll have my assistant here start measuring you.
Well, how much do you charge?
Well, where are you boys from?
Nowhere.
Colorado.
In either case, it's going to be more expensive from wherever you're from. You know, what sort of clothes you looking for? Looking for standard workwear? Looking for, you gentlemen seem like you have fine taste. I take it.
You're too kind.
I mean, there's a lot of places in town that you come to if you don't want the specialty stuff. But, you know, I've been doing this practically my whole life and, you know, kind of a specialty shop. But these would be the best fitting clothes you've ever had and as custom as you want. Any style.
Well, you're going to have your hands full with us, I'm afraid. Especially with these two. And I kind of motioned to Lucky and Harper.
Well, I think it's going to be Thaddeus who wants the extra tight pants, but we'll see.
Well, that's right.
All I need
Gotta
is my
have 2
sleeves.
layers.
You just want sleeves?
Just sleeves. That's all I need.
That's really weird, Harp.
Well, I mean, that shouldn't cost too much.
Just the one tied up.
I guess I need some sort of specifics just so I can start to give you some sort of estimate.
I want to look fancy and cool, and it needs to be functional, but also look very nice.
I get you, but you're not looking for a suit or nothing. You're looking for...
I might. I don't know. What do you got?
You would look sharp. You would look sharp in a suit, that's for certain. What are your colors? What kind of colors?
Well, I'm not losing this vest. And he pats this shit's probably gross now,
It's
right?
like a gnarly.
Am I still wearing the vest? Did I ever lose it?
You're still
Brownish
wearing
blue.
it,
Yeah,
but you
blue.
definitely got shot through the body with a cannonball. So it has a hole in it. It's covered in blood.
Oh my lord. She comes over to it and she starts to feel through it. As she touches it and her fingers run over it, the blood kind of drains from her face. Yeah. We could get this cleaned and patched up for you.
Oh, that would actually be perfect. But I also might want a suit. Now, let me see what you got.
Yeah, and she sort of shakes her head and then disappears in the back room for a minute and starts yelling to somebody. Luke, I need a little help out here. After a few moments, you hear him sort of arguing in the back room, and then they come back out and Luke comes over to measure you. He's a really short man,
How short?
5'1",
That's pretty short.
no other distinguishing features. And
Short man.
It's a rather
Look
short
at him.
man.
He's a-
I mean, what color? What's his hairstyle look like? We can definitely see.
it's unremarkable.
There you go.
How many teeth does he have?
Just kind of a normal amount.
All of his teeth?
A normal
lost
amount of
some.
teeth.
How many is a normal amount of teeth?
It's
It
the old
depends.
West.
It
It's
depends
Old
on your
West,
point
you
of
know?
view, you know?
That's
But
the
to
question.
all of us, it's the exact same normal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you think of, that's it.
That's it. I like this
I'm
guy.
picturing with
Honestly, he's so
oversized teeth.
normal that he's almost remarkably normal.
We should probably bring him along.
I'm picturing him with no lips. His teeth are huge, so his mouth is stretched
Got
back.
no lips. Jesus. Oh, God.
They sort of measure you guys out, and after a few moments, she says, well, it'll be about $100 for what you're asking for.
$100?
Wow.
It's
you
really
weren't kidding.
hard to get the kinds of materials you're looking for.
You don't
as
even know
far
what
as-
we want. We don't even know what we want.
I know exactly what you want.
Okay, Lucky's actually taken aback by that.
She says it with a lot of confidence, too. You can't see a lot of facial expressions on her face, but there seems to be a genuine, earnest feeling to the way she said that.
Wow, that's impressive because we have a fucking zombie in our group.
Well,
Yeah.
I keep my clothes on. I tell her I'm sick.
Well, okay. You got fucking, your chest is like clawed to shit. You're
I put a bandage over it.
okay. Yeah,
Otherwise, I
you're good then.
bandaged it up.
As Luke takes your measurements, this woman starts to go over your options with you and sort of discuss what you're looking at, and you guys start to arrive at some juncture of form and fashion. While Luke is in the back with Lucky, you can sort of hear Lucky like, "Oh, come on," like kind of getting into clothes or whatever. She's standing next to Ellis, taking your measurements. As she does so, she says, "What are you looking for?"
I'm looking for something a little higher class.
You're looking for the whole shebang. Suit, tie.
Yes, right, ma'am. Well, I got a tie here, but I definitely like the suit and the vest. Need some new boots, new hat, maybe some leather gloves.
How'd you boys get in this sort of position? Where are you folks from? You said you're from Colorado?
Yeah, we're from Colorado. We've been around. Well, we just ran into the wrong folk out there in the maze.
You can say that again.
There's kind of bad folk everywhere, wouldn't you say?
Sure, but like you said, the sun came up this morning, didn't it?
That's right. That's right. You boys have a business here in City of Los Angeles that you're buying these clothes for? Anything specific I should know? Some sort of event you're going to?
I guess we could say we're chasing a bounty.
Yeah, it's the best way to put it, I think.
Y'all bounty hunters, huh?
He is.
Anybody I know? She looks to Harper.
He kind of hesitates for a moment, and then he just says, no. There's a moment where he like thinks about it, whether or not he can use this person for information, and just decides he doesn't want to deal with it. We just need the clothes.
How long do you think these clothes will take to make?
Well, normally we take about a week, but are you boys in some sort of hurry?
It depends on how fast we get this job done, I suppose. Hopefully, yes.
I mean, you can always pay for a rush order. I'm not trying to squeeze you for money or nothing. It's just I got to put you in front of other people, and it's liable to make them upset. So if you want it done quicker than that, we certainly can make arrangements for that.
How much extra for the rush order?
Well, let's look here already. Lucky comes out. What's everybody's reaction to Lucky's outfit?
Well, what's he got on?
Does it look perfect?
Basically, from head to toe, Lucky is covered in sky blue. We're talking a sky blue hat, a sky blue shirt, the vest over top, the pants, of course sky blue, but then some black boots.
Didn't have the blue boots, huh?
They didn't have the blue boots.
What do you think? I think you look sharp. I think you look handsome.
I think there's someone's going to see you from a mile away and shoot you in the head wearing that.
Well, shit, wouldn't be the first they
I
tried.
think you look like an asshole.
I'm with Abel on this one, Lucky. Sorry.
Harper walks up to Lucky. He gets super close, looks him up and down. He walks around him in a circle, looking him up and down. He takes like a few steps away across the shop, looks at him from a distance. No, Lucky, just ain't you. It's too much. Just ain't
Too
right.
much. Just too much, Lucky. Tone it down a bit.
Thaddeus, come on, man.
Well, you do care a lot about that vest, and, well, it gets a little lost. And
That's what I'm saying. The rest of the blue
All right, yeah, good point, good
detracts from
point,
the
good
vest.
point. All right,
So
I'll
we
be back.
don't
I'll be
like
back.
it. We don't like it.
We hate it. All
Okay.
of us.
All of us.
Luke, fix it. And she stands up and says, "Here, I got something in the back. I'll take you back there real quick."
All right.
Luke comes out, starts to measure y'all.
How much does she usually charge for a rush delivery, Luke?
Luke's sort of measuring up Thaddeus and says,
Well, it depends on the order there, mister, but I suppose it's about 10-20% extra.
10-20, damn.
So you said $100 each, $600, 10% extra?
Yep,
So $660?
yep.
I know, that's not too bad, boys. Especially not out here.
If you're nice to her, you can talk her down.
Listen, my whole first outfit cost the 10 to 20% that they're asking for a rush job. This is ridiculous.
Hey, how much pull do you have around here, Luke?
Me and Miss Nightingale have been together for 15 years, me being her apprentice. I got a lot of pull.
So maybe you could talk to her. It's a big order. You guys are making a lot of money here.
That's true. It's more about how she likes you. If she thinks his clothes are for a good cause, liable to cut you a deal. But I'll put a word in for you boys.
That's
Well,
all I
hell,
can ask.
we're all nice fellas around here.
Well, there's a lot of money too, you know. Just not often we get 5 strangers off the street want a rush job on clothes. It's a good deal for us. It's a good deal.
There's not a lot of strangers off the street that got roughed up by pirates and still got the money to afford it, huh?
No, there's not. There's not.
Yeah, we all find ourselves in strange situations some days.
the tailor comes out from the back room. Luke, go help him. And Luke stops measuring up Thaddeus and goes onto the back. And she comes on back to Ellis. Sorry, we were talking about prices.
Yeah, Luke there said you usually charge about 10% extra for a rush.
For the rush job? Yeah, I suppose that's correct.
We're just saying, this is a rather large order. You probably don't get very many of these very often.
That's true.
So maybe we could cut a deal.
Real persuasion.
Uh-oh.
Real persuasion.
You weren't the one supposed to be doing this, now, were you?
Dude, I think Luke's my favorite character.
No, wait a minute.
I like Luke. He's cool.
I'm going to be getting some negatives probably from being harrowed, right?
Yeah, dude, you're stinky.
Well, hear me
Well,
out.
it kind of depends on the person.
Here's what I think.
If you really
I think it's
about
flat
it.
because I think it's probably -1 for the harrowed thing. Then it's probably +1 because it's such a large order.
All right, deal. I got a 5.
Well, I suppose. How about we call it 620? Rush job, outfit apiece.
All right, you got yourself a deal. You're doing us a big favor here. I appreciate that.
What's your name, by the way?
My name's Ellis. These here are all my brothers.
Well, nice to meet you, boys. My name's Willow Nightingale. Sticks out a hand.
Yeah, my hands are might clammy from my sickness there, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch him if I were you. He's been pretty ill. And Harper takes a step forward and shakes her hand.
She's going to make a notice roll. -2 sounds good. She does not notice anything funky. And yeah, she shakes Harper's hand. We cut to the outside of the Nightingale shop as the Crow Boys walk off into the city of Lost Angels. Following shortly behind them is Nightingale, who appears at the door and puts her right hand on the door frame, the light hitting her burnt face. Luke walks up beside her, and there's this shot where he's like a full head shorter than she is, before he looks up to her saying,
You know those men?
maybe in another life. Let's go back inside. We cut away from a Nightingale's tailory to somewhere else. You guys have this day to kill. She told you to come back the following morning to get your clothes. She's also holding on to your vest, Lucky, for repairs and cleaning. And anything else you guys want left and cleaned with her, they can do on site as well. Ellis, are you buying more than one pair? Is anybody buying more than one pair of clothes, or is this too pricey for y'all as is?
No.
I'm just gonna buy one. I mean, we can buy more when we get back to wherever.
So what are y'all spending this day on?
Shouldn't we do like
Investigation.
Well,
shit?
what time is it?
Yeah.
Morning,
Okay,
8
cool.
a.m. something.
So we got up early and did this. That's good.
Maybe 9 a.m. at this point.
What's old Boot up to?
Oh, actually, yeah, you can go.
Oh, we need
He's
money,
probably
don't
sold
we?
that Ghost Rock by now, so he could give you that money.
Yeah.
I think you were going to end up with, it was $400 of Ghost Rock, and he was going to take like
150.
150. So you'll end up with 250.
Dang, I feel like he's getting kind of screwed.
Yeah, it was a weird scene
Yeah.
where it was like, oh, we love Old Boot, and then he was like, hey, can I have some money because I helped you out? You guys are like,
not
no,
all of
fucking
us
asshole.
were like, fuck you. I was like, yeah, get 50%.
Well, here's what happened. He said, hey, so why don't you guys pay for fuel, and then I'll take 50 on 50%.
I'm never gonna see your side of the argument. I'm gonna stop you right there.
so it's about $41 each, 41.6.
Well, you always carry my money anyway, so
You're gonna give me your money?
I don't think
You should take your own money.
Lucky doesn't hold on to money. He just doesn't. He gives it to
What?
me.
Is that a thing?
That's
Yeah.
why I asked
Yeah.
for you to pay for everything.
Yeah,
He
literally
spent the
doesn't-
last bit he had, and then he hasn't got any more.
And honestly, I do it because I don't like keeping track of this shit. I don't like keeping track of this shit. So my characters, they just.
Well, you're about to regret that
I
decision.
fucking hate it.
It's fair.
You'll see why.
Metagamey bullshit right
Nah,
there.
it's cool.
It
Look,
is a little metagame. Well, fuck it, whatever.
Okay, so you guys are gonna go see Old Boot, get your money.
What do you boys say we go see Old Boot and get our money back?
Well, yeah, he said he was going to be selling some of that Ghost Rock. That should take a pretty penny around here.
Yeah, might as well. I mean, we do got some leads to chase up on, but we can do that after. We're going to need gear anyway.
Cut to the docks. It's a smelly, salty day as you find Old Boot. He's got his small ship cleared off and kind of cleaned up. It looks nice. He's just relaxing on the deck of the boat, smoking a pipe and picking on his banjo. Got a bottle of whiskey near this sort of wooden folding chair he has set up, and he's looking out into the bay, into the Great Maze.
Hey, how's it going, old boot?
Well, hey there, Lucky. You boys are bright and early, I see.
Yeah, I could say the same to you, just picking away that banjo.
Oh, it's been a while since old Boots just had a time to sit back and relax.
This is a catchy tune. What is this one?
Oh, this was the old Wooden Cross. I don't know the name of the tune, just some sort of old hymn I'd been playing in our whole life.
Well, I like it a lot.
Thank you very much, Lucky. I can teach you to pick the old turtle strings if you like.
Turtle strings. Okay, well, maybe I'll have to pick you up on that one of these days.
I got the money for you boys after the black gold.
That was quick.
Well, old Boots a straight shooter. He
Nice
winks.
work.
$250 as agreed upon, and he stops playing, puts down his banjo, reaches underneath his chair, and kind of scoops up some loose bills. Walks over and hands you sort of a soggy stack.
Lucky pulls out lady and says, I thought we said 300, old bitch. I thought we fucking talked about this, old man. Bang, bang, bang. Fucking kill him.
That is dead.
All right, boys, that's a little over $41 each.
That was some quick math there, Ennis.
I mean, you gave us the figure yesterday. I had all night to think about it.
Ooh, that's true. I don't think that far ahead. I mostly just spend my nights drinking and playing the banjo.
And it took him all night to figure that out, too.
Leave him alone. He's, not all there.
What?
Anyways,
I know.
Okay, see ya.
Bang, bang, bang.
I'm gonna give old Boot my share.
What?
Aw.
What?
You want to say that
That's
into the
nice,
mic?
old Boot.
I did.
It was so quiet.
I want to give old Boot my share
What?
before we leave.
Huh?
There's this nice shot as you kind of walk onto his boat and you hand him the money. It's real nice of you, Ellis. I think your brothers don't like me so much is the impression I get.
Oh, they forget pretty easily that we'd still be back there in that maze if it wasn't for you, old Boot.
Well, I'm not asking for you to... What's the word? You and your brothers, you don't owe me a ting, Ellis. We made it out of there together. I wouldn't have made it out if not for you boys either. I think it's fair. But, do y'all need me to stick around the town for a while, or?
I think we'll get a train back this time around.
Well, that's a strange world we live in, Ellis, that two people can get so close and then just be torn apart just like this.
Well, I mean, hopefully we'll be back in a couple of days and maybe you'll still be around.
What do you mean?
We're going to be in town for a couple of days?
Sure, yeah, but...
We'll swing by.
So I'll see you again.
Yeah, you'll see us again.
Okay, yeah. I think before you leave, we should have another night. Maybe with bringing the rest of your brothers on the boat, we can swap stories and do a little drinking,
Yeah, that sounds good to me, old Boot.
And listen, Ellis, don't... And he grabs you by your shoulders, right? He comes in real close. You can smell his stinky fish breath.
Stinky.
And he says, well, don't let anyone take anything away from you, Ellis. It doesn't matter whether you dead or alive. You got a heart of a man that don't care and don't fear nothing. I don't care what your brothers say. You got a heart of gold. Jack? And he winks and punches you in the shoulder.
Ellis's expression looks kind of solemn for a second as he remembers, he doesn't have any heart at all at this point, golden or otherwise. But then he kind of forces a smile. Coming from you, old Boot, I really appreciate that. It means a lot.
He hugs you.
Take care of yourself. We'll be back in a couple days, hopefully.
I'll see you then. I'll just be here. He waves and sips back down.
I'll go catch up with my bros if they're all gone at this point.
Ellis, what the fuck was that?
Hey, he did a lot for us, Lucky. Come on.
Well, yeah, but now I look like an asshole.
We'll go give him some money then.
Ah, shit. Shit.
It's up to you.
Oh, come on, Lucky. I thought you were going to be the good guy.
Hey, we're going to come back in a couple days, maybe just buying some drinks or something.
I'm going to go give him back the money.
Huh?
I'm going to give him back the money.
Good.
I'm going to go do that of my own volition.
Doesn't matter, you're always taking mine anyways.
The fuck?
All right, Lucky goes and gives it back.
I'll just let him go, Abel.
wow.
It's fine.
There's a shot of Lucky going over there, and they start to talk. Old Boot grabs him by his shoulders, and he leans in. And you don't hear much, but you do hear a couple words. You hear him say, I don't care what your brothers say, Lucky. You got a heart of gold.
Lucky looks visibly touched by this and gives him a real big hug back. and then fucking goes back all happy.
Feel better now?
I feel much better, actually.
Now we gotta get us some leads here, boys. Where the hell are we going?
Wonderful. Yeah. Hey, Harper, what was it you found out? I know we're still looking for, what's her name, Tabitha Raines.
Yeah.
And she's up, north of here?
Well, we don't know where she's at. There's a couple of places. I heard that there are some new scientists somewhere in town. But Grace was telling me last night that there's a town called Progress north of here, and they've been hiring a lot of new scientists up there, so I thought we might as well figure out what we got going on in town first and then head out.
Who do we talk to here in town?
Harper, you reach into your ratty pocket and pull out the list your best friend Grace gave to you. There's a couple names on it. The only name that Grace called out was Jacob Reese, who lives in Progress. There's about 3 names of scientists that live in town.
I got a list of 4 names. Jacob Reese is the one up in Progress. That's north of here. Jose Delgado, Francis Parsons, and Jack Crick.
When the hell did you get these names?
Well, I got them last night when I was with Grace.
Who the hell's Grace?
Well, we used to bounty hunt together.
Oh.
So she's she's
the,
always
the
got her
girl
ear to
from
the
the
ground.
bar.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, Gracie's in town?
Yeah, Lucky, you met her last night. How drunk were you?
Well, drunk enough to forget Gracie's in town, I guess.
Regardless, nice work, Harper.
Thanks.
Hey, nice work, Harper.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, we'll let you pick who we see first. Who's closest?
I mean, I don't know exactly where the other 3 are, but I know that Jacob Reese is the furthest away up north. So I say let's start in town and just start asking around.
Yeah, I agree.
Fine. Thaddeus and I will take the first name.
Oh, you want to split up?
Yeah, what'd you say?
No,
was
boys,
Delgado?
we ain't splitting up. Not in this town. These guardian angels, they're bad news.
Especially for
We're
me.
going to go knocking on doors as 5 big motherfuckers asking about people's names.
Yeah, probably.
Better than that than a couple of us go disappearing.
Fine.
Or Thaddeus starts eating a horse.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not eating any horses, all right?
Well, give it 3 days time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I could probably easily make it 4.
Fine.
Well, that's impressive, Thaddeus.
Hey.
Abel starts looking around for somebody that looks like they might know names nearby.
What does that look like?
Just looking around for somebody that looks like they're a local, maybe.
Hey, listen here, motherfucker.
Where the fuck's this scientist?
We cut above as the camera pulls into the air and their conversation fades away. I guess the best among you make some sort of check to sort of canvass the streets.
For investigation?
I'm trying to think, because streetwise is
Yeah.
the edge now.
Could be persuasion.
Persuasion would be pretty good,
Yeah,
right?
we should probably
Talking
just
to people.
let Harper and Lucky take care
Or
of this
like
one.
common knowledge. Why
What
would
if we do a couple different roles? What if somebody does persuasion, talking to people, someone does like investigation, looking for just like, I don't know, any signs of new science or something in the area?
That makes sense to me. So who wants to make that role to sort of track down where weird science is happening in the town?
I mean, that will be me, because that's going to be notice, right? Because investigation got mixed into
Well, I mean,
notice
he
now.
spotted those rocks under the water, no problem.
That makes
Listen,
sense
you
to me,
guys gave me
Garrett.
so much of a hard time for that. That's a real thing that they have to do.
All right, roll it, Cameron.
Not great enough.
Why would you curse it like
Hey, you got, dude, just use all your bennies. We're not going to get in
I'm
any
gonna
fights.
use a Benny on that roll, Caleb. I rolled 2 2s, and now I'm getting a 6.
You managed to find a part of the town where there's sort of a conglomeration of new scientists. Why don't you make another roll to sort of track down the name you're looking for?
Totally. Do you want that to be noticed as well, or probably persuasion? at
I
this
would say
point?
persuasion. There's like a sort of a montage as you guys find this district of the city where there's horseless carriages everywhere. A lot of the buildings have steam coming out the top or billowing smokestacks as they're burning something inside.
Well, I don't have an eye patch right now, so this is going to be at -2.
Wait, what?
For
You don't even
persuasion?
like put like a little.
I feel like tying a rag around your head is still going to give you the same like -2 effect.
I would agree.
What if Nightingale had a night or an eye patch she could have just given to you? Would she have that on hand?
Spend a Benny?
Spin a Benny?
Yep.
I'm not going to spend another one of my bennies at that.
There you go.
I'll spend a penny for it.
Alex is. Oh, everyone's coming to their brother's aid.
Thanks, guys. I'll take it.
Alex got it.
If you do 2 bennies, can we get it for free? Because she feels so sad for
Got an
him.
eye patch, which I think Does that reduce it to 0, or do you think it'd be -1?
No, that reduces it to 0.
Perfect. All right, make your roll.
Is this new science area just as like famished looking as the other one?
Not bad.
They have, what did you roll, Cameron?
That's a 17, baby.
17. We'll get to that. They have more money than the rest of town, so I would say not quite. And there's a lot of like, those people, I don't mean to put any type of person down, but I don't think any of these people are listening to this podcast. Those type of people that hang out in a McDonald's parking lot at 2 a.m.
Hey, what
with
the
their
fuck,
cars.
dude?
Come on, dude, he's right there.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I
how
know
there's
exactly
that
what
sort
you're
of
talking about, yeah.
vibe.
It's like a late night car club.
Yeah, late night
at
car
McDonald's.
Club. Right, yeah.
Yeah.
It's sort of, there's a lot of that sort of vibe. There's a lot of people showing off their stuff to one another, and, people pulling up their carriages and looking at each other's workings and engines and stuff, But it seems like, I don't know, everyone's kind of looking down at you as you're coming in. The feeling you get is that you're not welcome here. And the air smells like sulfur. So you rolled a 17?
I just had
Alex.
an idea. I don't know if you want to do this or not. It might be pretty cool to have him not have an eye patch. The reason the persuasion roll went so well is because he has that gaping hole there, but he has the metal like workings for a prosthetic eye, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe someone saw that and then they're very interested by it and they're like, oh shit, what the fuck is that guy got going on? And then maybe they ask him about it and maybe that.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know. Just an idea I had.
Yeah, I
That's
like
way
like
better.
That. Yeah, I like
That's
that a
super
lot.
All of a sudden, you're looking pretty good in that
Yeah.
McDonald's parking lot.
Then, yeah, Cameron, you end up like you're talking to somebody and they're not really giving you anything. And then in the middle of the conversation, somebody runs up to you.
Excuse me, sir. Are you a scientist?
Harper kind of is taken back a little bit.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Yes, because of your eye.
And he points to this gaping hole you have. And there's like a close-up shot. And there's like, it's easily, you could add a new science eye to it.
Yeah, so it's basically just an empty eye socket, except all the edges of the eye socket have been replaced with this gunmetal steel. So like right below his eyebrow, wrapping around just the edge of his cheekbone to like almost to his nose.
I find eye work so interesting because it is such a delicate touch required to pull off successfully.
I mean, I ain't a scientist. I guess I'm more of an experiment.
His eyes light up. So he's this large man with these massive blonde mutton chops. He's got a balding sort of friar tuck haircut, a nice gray suit on with a white tie that's got a little bit of ash on it. And he says,
Well, then whose experiment are you then?
He just went by the doctor way back in Tombstone.
Well, then he would not care if I looked at your eye. Just to see what he did.
Listen, I'll let you look at my eye if you give me some information. I'm looking for a few people.
Of course, I know everyone.
All right, well, sounds like you're gonna get a look. Now, listen, I'm looking for Jose Delgado. You know them?
Why are you looking for the Rat Man?
Well, I just gotta talk to him. He knows somebody that I need to get in contact with.
Sure. Come with me. We will find him.
All right. I'm sure everybody's following Harper, like kind of at a distance, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a moment where that scientist like starts walking away with Harper, and he was very engrossed in the conversation. Probably didn't fully realize the entourage that was about to start following. And they get like 2 steps down, and then he turns and is like, "Oh shit!
All
These people are coming."
all your friends, or
Yeah, these are my brothers.
why are you going to see Jose again?
He knows somebody that we need to talk to.
I want to make a persuasion roll for me to try to be as unmenacing as possible as he makes a spirit roll. He got a 2.
I got a 7.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay, we will take you there.
You start to walk through the streets. We cut to outside this almost brewery-looking place that's got these large vats out front, metal things with pipes running to the adjacent building. Out front is a large steel horseless wagon. It's got pop rivets in the side. Looks like not heavily armored, but made out of metal. At the back, it's got 2 doors that swing open, almost like a modern-day ambulance. It doesn't look like something you'd sit on top. It looks like something you would sit inside. About 10 feet away from that is Marshall. What's between a wagon and like a steampunk wagon? What's like the hybrid of those two? What does it look like?
Well, I think it's still got a lot of the wooden paneling, but there's lots of metal reinforcement and bands that go across it, especially along like the trim and then any large sections of the doors and the side panels and things like that.
So it's and then no horses.
No horses. It's probably got like a suspension system to it too.
And I think it's got one of those large, like it has a gear shifter that comes all the way from where you sit, like down underneath the axles, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Really extravagant. Standing next to that wagon are two men in suits. One of them is in like a long-tailed suit, almost like a duster. And it's that man that your guide points to and says,
That is Jose.
Hey, I appreciate your help.
Jose, some men are looking for you here.
And Jose turns around. His friend kind of mutters, I'll see you later, and kind of gets on his wagon and starts to do like the warm-up and the starting procedures. Jose starts to walk towards you. He's about 5'6". What does this guy look like?
Got some corduroy pants and like a salmon-colored shirt.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a certain picture of a person. They're rolled up, but then he also has those. What are those things that like the people with the green visors would wear around their like
Sleeves, like
Yeah.
the armband things?
Yeah, what are those? What's the purpose of those things?
Green visors. What are you talking about?
They're just like
talking
these,
about, like,
they're little armbands that like make their sleeves super poofy.
Yeah, they hold your sleeve
make
from
them
like
poofy?
drifting down over your hands, so you keep them out of ink.
Well, I think
Oh.
the way that you pin it up is so it's higher up on your wrist, which means there's more shirt up on your arm, which makes it look poofy. You feel me?
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Well, he's got a salmon one of those. He's got some spectacles on, and then he's just got like a scraggly, shitty beard.
Yeah, real
scraggly,
stringy,
shitty
real
black.
stringy.
Why is he called the Rat Man? Does he have abnormally large ears?
No.
Perhaps?
He's got
No,
little
he
rat
does not.
eyes. He's got little beady eyes.
Does he resemble
No.
a rat?
None of those things.
How
No.
does he have a
Tests
tail?
on rats. Maybe he
no.
tests on them.
Does
None
he
of
have
those.
remote-controlled rats?
Maybe.
He might.
He
That
might.
sounds pretty
That's what I
dumb,
was
actually.
I guess you'll never know.
Oh, we're gonna
well,
find
we
out.
might find
Actually,
out.
yeah.
He approaches
That's
us.
definitely- question
Yeah, I
to
think you
ask.
guys sort of meet each other in the middle, Abel. And he goes,
Can I help you, gentlemen?
Yeah, I hope so. Listen, we're looking for somebody.
For positive reasons, I hope.
Of course. Harper gives kind of a false smile. Tabitha Raines.
make a notice roll, Harper.
A rat falls out of his bottom of his pants.
Yeah.
And scurries off with a little, as a little note.
That'd be cool.
That would be
6.
cool.
6? That's a 6 opposed by a 16. Do you want to use a Benny? You don't know what it's for.
No.
Cool. He nods.
Tabitha Raines. Yes, she's a scientist. A scientist.
Yeah.
What do you need to know about her?
Well, she had done some business with our employer, and we just need to follow up on it.
I see. And why are you talking to me about this matter?
Well, we can't seem to find her. She came into the city, and I don't know. She dropped off the map.
Make a persuasion roll for me. He's going to make a spirit roll.
Can we aid in the intimidation? Or are we not intimidating yet?
You're not intimidating yet. You certainly can come in after this with a intimidate.
10.
9. I'm going to add a d6.
Dude, at D6, you got a blue one.
That's
Duh.
flip a
Damn
6. So 7 plus 9. We're looking at
16.
16.
So I'd have to blow it up if I spent a Benny.
You don't think you can do it?
What did you roll?
I rolled 10.
And he rolled a 16. So currently he has a raise. So I think he would he would glean a lot of information from what you just said
It's moments like this, Cameron.
that define you, that forge you.
Oh my god.
Well, with a speech like that, I'm going to spend my red Benny.
That
Oh,
was,
I'm going to kill Harper Crow today.
That was a bad
You're
choice.
dead,
That was a
dude.
bad choice.
You gave in to peer pressure.
So he doesn't have a raise on me anymore,
Yeah.
but he still beat me out.
I see. And what is the nature of your business with her, with Tabitha, Dr. Raines?
I believe that's between us and Tabitha Raines.
Well, you just need a few moments of my time. I'm a busy man.
I just need you to tell me where she is.
That's fair. I think I have a visual aid that would help in this.
And his eyes sort of like gleam. From his back pocket, he pulls out this large set of goggles that almost looks like it has like spectacles built into it, and he straps it over his head and says,
"One moment, please."
And he walks over to that metal wagon, sort of leaving you guys in the middle of this center of industry. You guys feel very out of place, and there's sort of an awkward silence as he walks to the wagon.
See any gremlins walking around here?
Well, no.
Fuck gremlins.
No, but they're not exactly out in the open there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All these people look like gremlins to me.
Thaddeus, what's he up to?
Little
What's he
fashion.
doing?
I can't tell. I never saw anything like that one before. But, I mean, I don't know. Looks like...
He steps inside the wagon and like the door closes behind him, and then you can see like the wagon sort of shifting a little bit as he moves inside.
I'm gonna kill this little son of a bitch if he don't come back out real quick.
Hey, settle down, Abel.
Harper
all right? What's going
glances
on?
The wagon
over at Abel.
starts.
Oh, Harper starts sprinting towards that wagon.
You run towards the wagon as it starts to take off. Make an athletics roll, Harper.
Ooh.
Can I run in there too?
If you wanna run at this thing, yeah, make an athletics roll for me.
Okay.
It's at -2 because of the speed of this ghost rock. Actually, it's going to be an opposed roll. It's going to be opposed by his vehicular skill.
Oh, piloting.
Driving, I think.
Oh, nope.
Driving, just
Nope.
kidding.
Oh my god, he blew up an 8 twice. We're looking at 21.
Wow.
What did you guys get?
5.
Not 21.
So you guys start to run towards this wagon as he sets off blazing, screaming. I think some of the back wheels lose a little bit of traction, like they're just wagon wheels on sort of this cobble street, and it starts to take off. What do you guys want to do?
Is there another wagon
There's
around here?
that wagon, that hybrid that Thaddeus was describing.
There's no way in the world.
Is the owner nearby?
He's on it. He just started it up. It's run by Ghost Rock, and it's considerably lighter than the other wagon.
So there's a moment of hesitation. Harper sees this thing shooting off. The first thing he does is he looks around for a horse, and he doesn't see a horse. So he looks back and he sees that, and he says, "Come on, boys." And he runs, he jumps up with his one good arm and grabs onto the upper part to pull himself into the seat next to the driver, into the shotgun seat.
What the hell?
He pulls his pistol, puts it up to the dude's chest, and he says, "Follow that fucking car."
Oh, shit, Lucky. We better catch up. Come on.
Ellis is
Lucky's-
right behind you, by the
Lucky's
way.
kind of nonchalantly standing there. Thaddeus, are you sure about this? They might have this handled. There's 2 other names. Why don't we just go find those people?
I suppose if you want to do the talking, I'll go with you.
Yeah, fuck this.
Where's Abel in this situation?
The guy that led us here,
Yeah.
how long gone is he? Is he walking away? Is he
He's
gone?
like 10 feet away from you, like looking behind him and then looking forward.
Abel turns, locks on him, and just starts stalking towards him at a high rate of speed. Not running, but a very fast and very purposeful walk.
While this wagon kicks into gear, who's jumping on?
Me and Harper.
And Lucky and Thaddeus are just standing watching.
is there like a
turn
back of
around, and
it?
Abel's gone too.
Yeah, there would be an open. It's that wagon from Skyrim, is what it
Okay,
is.
so I'm in the back, standing up over the cab, just holding on. Maybe I bang on the roof. Harper, they're not coming. Let's go. Go.
Takes off. Thank you for listening to Sounds Like Crows. Abel Crow was performed by Isaac Sunstead at Abel the Crow on Twitter. Marshall Sims plays Thaddeus at Mr. Malicious One. Ellis Crow is played by Alex Horrell at Alex Horrell. Lucky is played by Cameron Day, who you can find on our Patreon exclusive Discord server. Cameron Reed plays Harper Crow at CJ Reed 211, and I'm Caleb Sunstead at Marshall Caleb on Twitter. You can contact us on our website or at soundslikecrows@gmail.com. We will see you next Monday.